Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss a very important topic of OB, that is organizational behavior. We are going to talk about various leadership theories. Now, when we talk about a leader is generally a person who is able to influence others, who is able to motivate others to achieve their respective goals, right? So a true leader is a one who is always very enthusiastic and always helping others to reach their goals. Now, when we talk about the exact meaning of leadership, it is the quality of guiding, motivating, and inspiring others in other to make them in order to make them great individuals, right? Leadership involves making sound and sometimes difficult decisions also. So, creating and articulating a clear vision. A leader should have a clear vision, that is, where I want to be or where my organization has to be in so and so time. Then, establishing achievable goals. Yes, the goals should be feasible also. And providing followers with the knowledge and tools necessary to achieve these goals, these all targets. Okay, so this is very important quality of a leader, that they have to be clear what they want to achieve, okay, how to achieve, and also what are the different ways or tools that are necessary to achieve those goals. A true leader has many followers. Yes, very right. As he is the source of inspiration to all. He is the one person looking forward to show them the right path. The best quality of a good leader is that he delegates the responsibility instead of being authoritative and dictative while taking decisions. Yes, this is a very important quality of a good leader, true leader, that he or she does not take the decisions on his or her own. They like to take the opinion of others, discuss the matters, and then finally reach the conclusion. Right. Now, what are the various theories of leadership? The first theory, traditional theory, is great man theories, which came basically in the 1840s. Okay. The theory believes in a leader that is born with abilities, natural abilities. So, in simple term, a leader is not made but has some intrinsic qualities that are there from birth itself. These include superior intellect, heroic courage, extraordinary leadership ability, or divine inspiration. Okay, having a more mature mind, courage, and all those things which are there from birth. This theory believes the in the born abilities. The theory is mainly attributed to the Scottish philosopher Thomas Carlyle, who gave a series of lectures on heroism in 1840s. Later he published a book on heroes, hero worship, and the heroic history of that, which was a very famous book of those times. Okay. Now it also believed a man could only be a leader. Yeah, this sounds weird, but this was in fact how this theory worked. So it believed that man could only be a leader. A lady can never be a leader, as she naturally does not prohibit any of the above mentioned qualities. Right. Now, trait theory, which came in the 1930s and 1940s. This theory is an improved version of the great man theory. How? As it believed that people can be born leaders, or they can acquire certain qualities to become leader. Okay, so it involves a combined approach which makes it far better than the great man theory. So it talks about both the aspects, that a person can be a born leader and can at the same time acquire certain qualities to become a good true leader. The most important trait concerned in this theory are adaptability and flexibility. Okay, so these are the traits that are mentioned in this theory. So effective leaders are able to think outside the box, okay, and at the same time adapt quickly to the changing situations. Okay, so being able to think different, creative, unique is a very important quality of a leader, and they can also adapt themselves to the changing situations. Okay, now in this diagram we can see that the basically traits of a leader: intelligence, that person is social also, that meaning that he or she can be a lot social, talking to many people, discussing their views, understanding them, discussing all the issues relating to their concerns. Okay, then that person is also having confidence, okay, charisma. So this is basically about the great man theory. Okay, now assertiveness: a great leader is also able to direct and assertive and is assertive without coming off as overly pushy, rude, and aggressive. This quality helps in gaining empathy from the employees. Very right. Now, creativity. Great leaders not only foster creativity but also are able to foster the same among the members of the organization. Very right. This is very interesting that that person is creative himself also, but at the same time they can also imbibe that quality in others. This is a very unique point about the a good leader. Eagerness to accept responsibility: strong and confident leaders take on the responsibility and do not pass on the blame to others. Very right. Accountability is something very important, which is very difficult, but true leaders do take the responsibility that yes, I am responsible for my actions and I am going to correct it also. They stand up by their success also and take responsibility for their failures or mistakes. Now, in this, we can see all the qualities of a great leader: intelligence, people skills, trustworthy, competency, creativity, and whatnot. Okay, which are some of which are natural and some are gained through over time. Basically, behavioral theories. These theories started focusing on the behavior or the conduct of a leader rather than the skills or qualities that they had. Okay, so not only traits are important of a person, intelligence is important, yes, no man, social skills are important, personality is important, but at the same time the person's behavior is also important. So under behavioral theory there are many theories like Likkert's four system of management. It talks about the four types of conduct of a leader. Some leaders are exploitative and authoritative, right? Some are consulting, some are benevolent authoritative, some are participative. Now, when we talk about exploitative authoritative, these are the leaders who are taking the decisions by themselves, but at the same time, they are also very rude. Basically, we can say that they are exploitative. They're using the other person and over using the other person and not giving something much in return. Okay, now when we talk about consulting, this is a good basically okay leader because he or she consults with other before taking decision. Now benevolent and authoritative, this leader is authoritative, takes the decision on his own, but at the same time he is benevolent, he is not harsh to the employees. Okay, and he is giving them fair returns. Then participative is the one who basically participates in decision making with the employees. Teamwork is focused on. Now, Iowa and Michigan studies are basically very important in this. Like Kurt Lewin, a researcher at University of Iowa, gave three leadership styles: autocratic, democratic, and laissez-faire. When we talk about autocratic, this talks about authoritative nature of a leader. The leader is very authoritative. There is no teamwork, and all the decisions are taken by the leader himself or herself. Now, democratic leadership, this style is quite famous as here the decisions are unanimously taken by the leaders and the employees or the managers. Now, laissez-faire. Here, the employees are free to take or make decisions on their own. This is very interesting. The leaders do not interfere in the decision making process, and managers are completely free to make their decisions independently. Okay, so what we understood that Kurt Lewin proposed three styles: autocratic, democratic, and laissez-faire. Autocratic leader is very authoritative, takes the decision by himself, and democratic is basically regarding the following the teamwork. Then laissez-faire is absolutely relieving the employees. They are free to take their decisions. In this diagram also we can see that the basically systems of management of Likert, right? Now, managerial grid theory. See, this theory was given by Blake and Mountain. Okay, they wrote about two behaviors of a leader. First one is a leader who is having concern for the people, and the other one is concern for production. Then he plotted a grid. They plotted a grid to describe the management. See, in this we can see on the horizontal axis there is concern for production. Okay, from low to high. Then on the vertical axis there is concern for people from low to high on a scale of 1 to 9. When we see this one, see the first one, country club management. Here we can see that concern for people, one, concern for people is very low, but concern for production is 9, that is very high. Okay, so this is country club management where people are not given that much important, production is given. Now the other one is 9 on 9. Here concern for production is very much and concern for the people is also very much. So this is team management, which is a good thing. Now when we talk about one on one, this is impoverished management, because here the concern for people is also very low, concern for production is also very low, 1 and 1. So this is impoverished. Now authority compliance management, this is here the concern for production is very high. Okay, it's 9, whereas concern for people is very low, right? We can see that the concern for production is very high, concern for people is just 1. So this is authority compliance management, right? So this is how he described the managerial grid theory. Now let us practice some important questions. Who gave managerial grid theory? Likert, Henry Fayol, Adam Smith, or Blake and Mountain? So very simple, we just discussed it. Blake and Mountain were the ones who gave this theory. Now the next question is, which theory said that only man can be the leaders? Behavioral, trait, great man, or Likert? See, we just discussed that great man theory talked about the leaders who could only be men. Okay, so this was all for today. Hope you liked this class. Thank you so much for your time.